What if the Earth's core decided to take a break from spinning? Way down below the Earth, there's a super hot metal ball. Scientists found out that something's not right with it. Is the core of the Earth not spinning anymore? What bad things could happen because of this? Are we in big trouble, like Mars with no life? Imagine this. What if the Earth's core suddenly stopped spinning? Picture digging straight down into our planet. You'd go through 4 layers to get to the center. First, there's the rocky crust, then the hot liquid mantle. After going 2,900 kilometers, you'd hit the Earth's outer core, which is made of liquid iron and nickel. Along with a solid iron inside, our planet has 2 core layers that are as big as Mars. But unlike Mars, these layers are really hot, like 10,000 degrees Celsius. They're even hotter than the sun's surface, and there's a lot of action happening down there. The movement of melted metal in the outer core is what creates Earth's magnetic field. If it wasn't for that, we couldn't keep our atmosphere and would be exposed to harmful space radiation. Also, the inside part of our planet is on the move. But recent studies say it's slowing down to match the rest of the planet better. But just slowing down isn't enough. Let's find out what could go down if both core layers stop moving altogether. Imagine if the hot, solid core in the middle of the outer core decided to take a break. No need to panic about the end of the world right away. If the inner core slows down, it would mostly mess with how fast Earth spins. This might make our days stretch out longer. Eventually, it could also mess with our magnetic field. Yes, that would be really bad. But imagine if the gooey outer core stopped spinning as well. Without that spin, we'd lose our magnetic field. Earth could end up resembling Mars. Way back, around 4.2 billion years ago, Mars might have had oceans where life could have existed. But when Mars's core got stuck, its strong magnetic field became weaker. The Martian magnetic field got worse, and fierce solar winds started taking away its atmosphere really fast. That's how Mars turned into the dry, empty desert it is today. Now, imagine if Earth went through something similar before becoming a total desert. Things would get a bit shaky. If the Earth's core suddenly stopped spinning, it would be like a big crash between puzzle pieces called tectonic plates. It's kind of like when your bus suddenly stops and you and your buddies get thrown around. This collision of the puzzle pieces would make really strong earthquakes everywhere on the edges of the plates. And these quakes would wreck buildings, roads, and bridges all over the world. Electricity, phones, and water would be gone. Many lives would be lost, and millions more would need new homes. But here's where it gets really interesting. Without our magnetic shield, dangerous cosmic rays from the sun would blast our planet. These supercharged sun particles would mingle with the air we breathe, full of nitrogen and oxygen. And this would break our shield, called the ozone layer, letting extra sunlight and UV rays come down. Mixing these rays in 984,650 would be really bad for all living things on Earth. It would hurt your DNA, causing changes in cancer. Plus, if the core stopped, it would make traveling around the world harder. Yep. Make sure you've got a good map for your camping trip, because compasses won't work. Animals that usually move around, like birds and sea turtles, would get lost. Birds flying south might freeze, and sea turtles wouldn't find their way back to where they lay eggs. The earthquakes from the core stopping would have already messed up power systems worldwide. But without the magnetic field, things would keep getting messed up even more. The sunlight hitting the Earth's surface would harm electronic devices and put our power grids at risk. When the sunlight, specifically solar radiation, reaches the Earth's surface, it carries energy. This energy, if intense enough, can interfere with and damage electronic devices. Additionally, the solar radiation could pose a threat to the stability of our power grids. As a consequence, power outages may occur more frequently. And there's even a possibility that these disruptions could be prolonged, possibly leading to extended periods without electricity. In simpler terms, the sunlight could mess with our gadgets and make it harder to keep the lights on. This could result in more frequent power outages, possibly even lasting for a long time. But don't stress about a disaster like this. That study, making it sound like the Earth's core stopped and we're in big trouble, was a bit exaggerated. The scientists were only talking about the inner core, not the outer one. The inner core does its own thing, spinning on its own without stopping or going backward. So, good news. We're safe, and the planet is still doing its spinning thing. The inner core of the Earth doesn't stand still. It spins a bit slower or faster, just like it's been doing for billions of years. So here's the good news. We're all safe on our big blue planet. It's still spinning. Just think about the chaos if the Earth suddenly decided to stop spinning. Well, we'll save that story for later.